The battles continue. Battle number 3 underway against Miss Nanan, and she is interesting up to this point. She has a funny maneuver, which is kind of, I guess, the only way I can put it. I don't know how much damage it's really doing, but it's they're fun and funny to see on screen. And I'm assuming that we'll just end up coming out victorious. It has all the writing to lead us in a way that we'll probably get, what are we on now? Episode 11. We'll probably get 12 episodes in, 13 episodes in, typical core break stuff where you would get like, this is the big moment where we're going to switch and then go into a new gear for the remaining half, which is kind of my assumption right now. So I'd assume we probably focus this battle for almost all this episode, introduce the next one slightly, have that be the focus for the majority of the next one, and then at the end of it or halfway through or something, we get the Satsuki stuff kind of mixed in. We get some answers and we pivot towards something else. More and more abilities continuously seem to unfold, which is interesting. We're putting a hold on forming strong decisions based on that right now. Well, I didn't love it at first, and I was very vocal about it. Last episode, I made sure to at least note that they seemingly are trying to introduce this into the plot in a certain way, which I think is a good thing. It actually makes it hold some more substance, I think, than it would before. Besides, like, here's random shonen power up that you're going to get in the middle of a fight, so your person can come out victorious, like always. Like, it seems like there's a little bit more going on there with Sengetsu and the evolving within him. So I'm excited to see how much more of that unfolds and what more that they maybe pull back in regards to Nudist Beach. What else they have in store for us, as I have my own suspicions regarding them and the overall intentions of each of the members. So let's just let it go and see. I hope you enjoy. If you like it, all, hit the like and subscribe. Not to me, feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave any comments with this Splitter series. We're going with the 11th episode of Kill la Kill. Like, small recap through a TV screen of other people. Who are you? Should I be nervous for who this is? She seems cute. Maybe. No, never mind. I'm not your cute one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Just because we're on an even playing field now. Why she's like score at her hat. Awesome cut. This one's gonna call. The best cheerleader of them all. Why is she standing on him? Like she's not in a war in the sky right now. You're in a pinch. All right, Maka. That's not gonna work. Let's use our brain here. All right, face her. Visually, the best fight that we've had. Whoa, you can't use our own shit against us. No, all of our power. Listen, you chose to sit next to her. She had one trick. Where's your revolutions? A little quicker than I thought. Oh, he's moving in. Right before the big one. One that we should have lost before. Wait, what am I cheering for? Oh, that's what I was waiting on. I wonder why it seemed a little easier and shorter. Fitting for her. You gotta stop using copyrighted stuff. It makes it really hard on me. Them things are flapping. Holy shit. How you root against your own people just so that you get the chance to fight's crazy. Yeah. What do you got for us now? Don't say that too soon. We just gotta pull some other shit out. Oh, holy power. I didn't even notice they blew up all the TV screens. Basically. In its simplest forms. By the time our boy arrives, it's gonna be too late. This gets just gonna fucking devolve into most insane shit. I love the overlapping of it. How is your whole thing sound that you got you got out-sounded? It's like getting home field advantage and losing. No. Welcome back, brother. I'm so glad he's here. He's undercover, yeah. They were, so there's a bunch more. Oh, how sweet, how sweet. I can't tell a girl to sit next to me, it'd just be nude. That's the woman who took my eyes and gave me the world. What a... how poetic. So is it going to be a scenario where like we're about to overcome this and somehow win, and in the background they're just going to shoot us down and put a stop to it? We're building up, you're going to get shot down. Oh. Hey. Oh, a Satsuki reaction. That's Aura. Time's up. Gotta pay him. Ah. Nui. Yeah, I don't know if you want to do this. What do you mean by that? A single nail. And the ability to just reach in and touch one of the fibers is crazy. Why do they do my boy like that? Why they keep doing him like that? Hey, what the fuck are you questioning things for? We really introduced a crazy force. There's like 4 separate parties now, but at the same time, maybe not, maybe less. I don't get a promoter is underage. Please don't push them. I don't want to fight. The guy's still around 4. And now having to put your faith in the person you're against. Fresh off, yeah. Well, that puts a complete fucking end to giving a damn about Satsuki. Rage can be beneficial, but at the same time, it's gonna be bad. And what is hands down the best episode up to this point within the series, we get reveal after reveal, and more intrigue continues with some of, if not the best fights. Throughout all of this, it all just came together as perfect as it kind of could have. Firstly, I guess we'll just kind of go in order a little bit. The Nanan fight was good. And one of the better ones for a key reason that I've talked about a lot of the other fights are strongly missing. And it's the intensity within them. The let's not make it as goofy, or some of these moments feel as goofy almost as the others kind of have. The silliness of the characters within the series makes it a little bit difficult. So having someone like her who's had the ability and we've seen to be kind of silly, but at the same time just not turn that on at points and get a little bit more serious in these moments, really shined with her anger and energy of just like wanting to win. It felt like I didn't feel like I was watching somebody who was just like kind of messing around and enjoyed fighting to fight, or just whatever her purpose really was. It really felt like somebody who was pissed off and was trying to do everything that she could to protect Satsuki and to look good in front of her and to not lose. And I think that they really displayed that in a awesome way. On top of the fact that she's somebody who can fly and move around and everything, just makes the fight, the ability for it to be so much more dynamic. So really cool stuff, I think, overall, that ended up coming out of that. A bit unfortunate Sanagayama can't get his fight. I love him, so it really sucks that we're not giving him a chance. That's my boy. And we just keep taking it from him. It's so messed up, but is what it is. And then, of course, we have to have Miss Nui come in towards the end. So plenty of reveals. The biggest one, of course, being her being the killer and holder of the other half of the scissor that we were looking for, and killer of the father. So, of course, that's going to ultimately just boil everything up and enrage Ryuko to the point that she just probably loses control. So, assumption in prediction, I guess, for the next episode at this point would just be Ryuko loses her shit completely and just is fully enraged and goes to fight, which fully allows Nui to see what she wanted and get her to transform and actually fight and give her something that she's seeking out within this, thinking that we can actually go out of our way and defeat her when we probably won't. And then at some point, the uniform itself is going to have something happen, or is going to overtake, or just whatever. And I'm assuming Nudist Beach steps in from this point and ends up putting a stop to her, dead in her tracks. And then we likely end up having to go from there. It seems like we're building up with the fear that Satsuki had to almost feel there, and the mention and understanding that the mother is probably the one in control of like why this girl is even here, and Satsuki being worried about the overall strength of somebody else, and showing her first potential moment of fear. And I guess weakness, not really weakness, but just like the, I guess, weakness to her potentially, the being that is, with her mom probably being the primary thing for that. I think works out nice and potentially sets up the second half of the series, altering more from, we have like 4 different sides, because that's what I mentioned throughout the episode. We have 4 sides of the, like, Satsuki's mother and the people that kind of fall under her with Nui and whoever else we haven't been introduced to. We have Satsuki and her side of things within the school. We have Ryukyu and her side. And then we have Nudist Beach, where I still wasn't under the impression that they're fully on the side, like the good side of Ryukyu, and they're operating under their own sort of things. And we can almost take it where 3 of those sides, not Satsuki's mother, but the other 3, are potentially chasing a common goal at this point, and now have to come together and then alter everything that they're doing and direct it towards her and taking her out, which could make things like really fun and give more reason for us to be invested into Satsuki and everything, and we don't have to make her the antagonist anymore, and we can instead go forward with the true reveal of her mom probably end up being that, or at least at that side of the family in some sort of way, and then we can completely like unravel more and more details throughout, which I think would be fun. The concern or question I guess I would have would be the willingness of Satsuki to not tell where the other half of the scissor is or who has it, if this actually is the truth, and knowing that this is the person who went out of her way and did it. Why are you protective of it? Clearly, when you are in fear of this person and you don't want anything to do with them, is it just, you know, that somebody like Ryuko can't actually win that fight, and you're showing like a softness potentially within you, like a polar opposite of what Nui actually is, of somebody who is like this cute little thing on the outside, but on the inside is just like cold-hearted and insane. Whereas like Satsuki on the outside portrays that, but on the inside is just not at all, and she might just be like the sweetest thing. Could it just be like somebody like trying to draw something between them like that? Maybe not. Maybe not at all. But I am left also questioning strongly if the scissor being a different color on the other half could be more indicative of like Nui actually wasn't the one who did this, despite what she tells us throughout this episode. And I'm going to be, it's one of those things where sometimes the show tells you something and then you just don't want to believe it, so you try and form other reasons for why they may have, and I'm doing that right now, and typically you don't want to do that, but I'm going to do that. Like, what if there is a chance that the reason why it looks all different and all these other reasons is just because she actually wasn't the one who went on Everway and killed him? This isn't actually the other side of the scissor, and there's just like so many other reasons, but it was more of like a, let me bring and pull this out as a way to enrage you and to get the thing that I want, because she wanted to actually get this fight and wanted to see her transform, and she wasn't doing it. And the only way that she could do that is if she really gets her to be enraged. And now it also allows probably a further evolution that we haven't really seen, and she's able to firsthand witness this, which is some cool stuff overall. I just wonder exactly what the like if there is possible intention maybe behind that still would allow the other characters to be involved in a way with the killing. That would be a really cool reveal a little bit later on, that are signs that we could have tracked all along, and may have just like taken their word for it, as opposed to like kind of really diving into and thinking about this. So I don't know, but Nui seems cool at least, and I'm really excited to see what more she's capable of, why she's capable of doing exactly what she is, and like what her fucking being itself is, that she's so strong with even having to alter a change within her unit or to a uniform or anything. So I'm excited for that. Also, just learning more about Satsuki's mother and everything, I think is going to be really fun, who makes such a grand entrance every single time that she is on screen, and maybe what the dynamic is like in the war that her and her mom are potentially going at here. Would be fun. It would make sense why Sasuke's trying to like refresh and rebuild everything from the start and do things her own way, to isolate herself a little bit from her family, and why she was so against the way that other people in their family were like operating and doing things, and thinking that it's okay to do that and just follow in the footsteps of those people. This would be a fun way to kind of go ahead and do this. So I'm excited to see where this goes. This is the first, I've had a few moments, but I do think this is that moment that like the story starts to hit me, and it's the first like real moment where I'm very excited to see where we're headed, on top of just like, or as opposed to just like the, oh, this fight could be cool, or oh, that's a cool little idea, I wonder how this develops. It's more of like, I think I'm really into where we are right now, and I'm excited to see where it goes. We still have to finish this off for me to have like full clarity, I think, on the way that I feel with the evolutions and pulling all that out, and how the last few episodes have kind of shaped out. We have to see exactly if Nudist Beach does the thing that I was expecting them to, and then how we handle it from there. But I'm excited. This is that real first moment. I think I feel like gripped and really intrigued by what's going on, and what could be layered underneath what's exactly on the surface level. So big ol' thumbs up from me. I'm here for it right now. I think getting the recap overall here from this sequence is fun, just getting it through the TV, and then seeing her. I can't tell if it's just the shading underneath. Yeah, it's blonde. Okay, I was gonna say I thought it was blue. I couldn't tell because it looks it this way. If it was just like the masking of it and the shading underneath, I guess just ends up coming out that way. I'm not your cute woman. I'm assuming referring to the being that is Nui on the outside versus inside. The fight sequence is absolutely awesome. There's some really fucking sick cuts. It's extremely dynamic, and just the colors are so good throughout. And it, for the first time, I think was the real first intense fight where it felt like both people were equally fighting as hard, and I didn't feel like it was like overly obvious where we were exactly heading with the victor of the fight as it was kind of unfolding. Well, it was obvious that Riku was going to win. It was more of, I think, like I said before, just the I'm trying my hardest and I want to protect this other person. And like this moment is like where it really kicks in, the screamings of Nanan coming in here and just being like, no, like I won't let you fucking touch her, I won't let you get to her, and putting a stop to her and just yelling at her and everything really shows a different side of her that I think a lot of the other characters were kind of missing. The anger on her face and everything too. She doesn't feel like she's taking this, or she feels like she's taking it very serious. Some really sick stuff overall. I think the exploding of this and all the instruments and stuff coming out is really funny. The cutaways to them and them messing around and getting mad at Mako for being just herself and her being like, I have to fight too. Doing with this her, it's super good. They're good to break it up a little bit too. And then the encore, very fitting, of course. And here she comes. Super fun to do the mixture that they were doing within the music of having one side, you know, play theirs and the other one have the battle theme that we essentially get to hear on our end, and then both of them overlapping with each other, and then one of them playing like significantly more apparent to us, like over the other one, and then occasionally like blending in and switching based on like who was really in control and what was going on is a super sick detail. And it just elevates that fight so much more. It's the type of thing that like if this were a manga or something, you can't get that experience out of. You could only realistically get that in this, and those are touches that are so nice to be able to make. Some clever shit out of Ryuku's camp, and we're able to overcome this here and create a victory for us, which we absolutely love to see. More and more reveals too of just like them taking up information and learning about this, as opposed to maybe treating it as like we just have to win, and utilizing this as an experience to be able to pick up on more and more info here, I think is cool. It's just a disguise. Also learning that there are plenty more in New to Speech, at least like people at the office and them talking about there being others. So it seems like there might be a lot more members that we can kind of encounter that might know a lot of things that we can go into. And we don't necessarily have to. They could just be people who work under them, like assistant-based things that aren't really like fighters or do anything, but they just more so like gather the things that they need. But at the same time, like it is cool just to know that it's not just an organization solely of 2 people. Why are you just wearing a uniform? You're not gonna get out of there? What a guy Gamagori is. What a guy. And then, of course, my boy finally gets a fucking chance, and then we decide to not let him actually have this at all, as Nui decides, fuck it, I'm gonna show up. The first moment that we get, like, real fear directly out of Satsuki here is awesome. Turning off the TV and not letting him involved at all. Harime and Nui. We learn a little bit here. I love the song, and we get to play it in more length, I guess, compared to the last time when we actually introduced her. Here is Ray. So she has a bunch of people who kind of fall under her as assistants and people that work within. There is awareness that she actually went out of her way to the academy. You are aware, I'm assuming that means you're the one who kind of initiated this and told her to go there. Unless that wasn't the case and people are just operating on their own, but you're okay with it. Simply playing along with her whims. See, this, I don't know. I don't even know what more to read into that. I think I'm just going to let it unfold. I think it'll be more fun that way. But not even like having a care of like, I need to be there, I want to, or anything. Instead, just wanting to run up and get away. Stand aside, you woman. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. And somehow able to just find his fucking life force, basically, and rip this shit out with her finger is insane. Why are they gonna do my boy like that? He keeps getting embarrassed. The Nexus thread introduction of that, unless it was before and I wasn't understanding, but I don't believe so. Yeah, Nexus Thread's the last one, so being able to somehow pull that out, especially before any and everything, and then giving some backstory of what exactly they are aware of in regards to her. No one else but the top dog probably sent her. I don't even give a fuck. If I gotta get to her, I will. And then this is such a fun line of just like, if I have to, like, it's in your hands now. This isn't somebody I want to or will want to go against, and if you defeat them, it only helps me so much more. It's gotta be fun because it also potentially is like indication towards potential teamwork between the two of them that could occur in the future. Them just switching this, not even changing the round or anything, being like, all right, new opponent kind of in here. Refusal to fight. Oh, by the way, have you seen this before? You familiar with this? Right, the one that I used to fucking rip off his fucking corpse and kill him. We clearly show that this could be her. I still have my doubts, that could not be the chance, and maybe I'm reading too much into what that could be, and the anger, the rage, all will now take over Sengetsu and Ryuka here, I'm assuming, to create potential really, really bad things. Sick episode, best one easily so far, and first one I think that really got me gripped into the story itself. A lot of the episodes, especially like the first one, when I was like, oh, I'm in on this, is more of like animation was cool. It was pretty funny. There was a bunch of other things. This I think like really nailed almost everything within it. So I'm thrilled to see where we are hopefully heading. Hopefully we have a bunch more strong episodes and developments throughout. So hope you guys have a fantastic one. If you liked it all, like and subscribe now to my feel free to stick around for the discussion. Let me know in the comments. The series will be back for episode 12 very soon. I hope you guys have a fantastic one. Peace.